friends, welcome to my kitchen. This is where I teach you how to make easy recipes for everyday cooking. And today it's getting to be that time of year for soups, and I'm going to teach you how to make this wonderful, rich and hearty Tuscan vegetable soup. So let me show you how to put this together. Pronto? Allora andiamo a cucinare. First thing we want to do is, with our stock pot, we want to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to start with the aromatics. So I've got 1 onion, and I'm going to add that to the stock pot. All right, we're going to add a couple cloves of garlic, about a tablespoon of salt, and a little bit of pepper while it's sauteing. Now we'll add the rest of our aromatics, and I'm going to start with our carrots. Okay, so now I'm going to add celery, and again, I like to dice these as well. Now, because I had a leak in my refrigerator, I want to use this up, and this would be perfect to use my leek up here. But if you don't have a leek, not a big deal, but I am going to add one to mine. The only thing with the leek is you do want to double check inside that the leaves don't have any dirt. All right, so we're just going to give this a quick toss. And next we are going to add some zucchini. Again, I'm going to quarter it. All right, so I've got my veggies in here sauteing. I am going to add some other things from my pantry, and that's the wonderful thing about soup. You can add whatever you have left over in your refrigerator or whatever you have bits and pieces of. But I do have a can of diced tomatoes, so I'm going to add a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. If you had fresh tomatoes, you could add fresh tomatoes instead. I'm going to add some fresh herbs. I have some thyme here. Now you could take it off the stems if you want. I just find that's kind of tedious, so I just take the stems and just throw them in, because as they cook, the leaves will separate themselves, and then I can just pull the stems out. So I got about 4 stems in there. And I'm going to add a couple leaves of sage that I'm just going to chop up. And this is going to give it a really nice earthy winter type flavor. And then I'm going to add some beans. I have some cannellini beans, but you can add whatever kind of beans you'd like. All right, and now what we need to add is our broth. There's a couple things you could do. A lot of broths are made with aromatics. We have those aromatics in here, so we could just use regular water, and that's what I have, is just regular water. So I'm just going to add enough water to just cover my vegetables. Okay, and so because we're adding water, we'll probably need more salt to kind of season it, but we don't have to add that at this point. We'll add it later on. So for right now, I'm just going to cover my soup, and I'm going to let it come to a boil and cook for about 15-20 minutes. And at that point, we're going to add a few of our last minute ingredients, okay? I will check back with you then. Let's check on our soup. Oh, it looks beautiful. It smells so good. So the last thing we want to do is to add our spinach, because spinach is kind of delicate. It's the last ingredient you want. So right when you know most of your vegetables are soft, that's pretty much when you add the spinach in. And of course, we also want to season for salt at this point. And we just want to push that spinach in, and it will wilt pretty quick. All right, so now we are going to serve our soup. So we'll just scoop some in here in our bowl. First, put some Parmesan cheese on top. And second, I always like to drizzle a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the soup. It just gives it a little bit more creaminess. And so there we have our beautiful, hearty Tuscan vegetable soup. We are ready for the winter. As usual, the recipe is down below with all the ingredients and instructions. I'd love to hear what you have to say about the soup if you tried it. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, ciao, ci vediamo dopo.